Om Sai Ram, Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Before I start Shri Sai Sat Charitra Chapter 7 Part 1, I welcome one and all to my YouTube channel Shri Sai Prerane. Wonderful Incarnation. Sai Baba knew all yogic practices. He was well versed in the 6 processes including dhauti, that is stomach cleaning by a moistened piece of linen 3 feet in breadth and 22 and a half in length. Khanda Yoga, that is separating his limbs and joining them again, and Samadhi, etc. If you thought that he was a Hindu, he looked like a Yavan. If you thought him to be a Yavan, he looked like a pious Hindu. No one definitely knew whether he was Hindu or a Mohammadeen. He celebrated the Hindu festival of Ramanavami with all due formalities and at the same time permitted the sandal procession of the Mohammedeens. He encouraged wrestling bouts in this festival. When the Gokulashtami came, he got the Gopalakala ceremony duly performed, and on Eid festivals, he allowed the Mohammedeens to say their prayers, that is namaz, in his masjid. Once during a Mohram festival, some Mohammedeens proposed to construct a tazia or tabut in the masjid, keep it there for some days, and afterwards take it in procession through village. Sai Baba allowed the keeping of the tabut for 4 days, and on the 5th day got it removed from the masjid without the least compulsion. If we say that he was a Mohammedan, his ears were pierced, that is, he had holes according to Hindu custom. If you think that he was a Hindu, he advocated the practice of circumcision, though according to Mr. Nana Sahib Chandorkar, who observed him closely, he was not himself circumcised. Read article in Sai Leela on Baba Hindu Ki Yavan by B.V. Dev, page 562. If you call him Hindu, he always lived in masjid. If Mohammedan, he had always the Duni sacred fire there and the following things which are contrary to Mohammedan religion, that is grinding on the handmill, blowing of the conch and bells, oblation in the fire, bhajan, giving of food and worship of Baba's feet by means of arghya, that is water, were allowed there. If you think that he was a Mohammedan, the best of Brahmins and Agnihotris, leaving aside their orthodox ways, fell prostrate at his feet. Those who went to make enquiries about his caste were dumbfounded and were captured by his darshan. So none could definitely decide whether Sai Baba was a Hindu or a Mohammedan. This is no wonder, for he who completely surrenders himself to the Lord by getting rid of his egoism and body consciousness thus becomes one with him and has nothing to do with any question of caste and nationality. Baba saw no difference between any two castes and even between beings. He took meat and fish with fakirs but did not grumble when dogs touched the dishes with their mouths. Such a unique and wonderful incarnation of Sai Baba. On account of the merits in my past birth, I had the good fortune to sit at his feet and enjoy his blessed company. The joy and delight I derived therefrom was incomparable. In fact, Sai Baba was pure Anand and consciousness. I cannot sufficiently describe him, his greatness and uniqueness. He who took delight at his feet was established in his own self. Many sannyasis, sadhaks, and all sorts of men aspiring for salvation came to Sai Baba. He always walked, talked, and laughed with them and always uttered, Allah Malik, God is the sole owner. He never liked a discussion or disputation. He was always calm and controlled, though irritable at times, always preached Vedanta, and nobody knew till the last who was Baba. Princes and poor people were treated alike by him. He knew the inmost secrets of all, and when he gave expressions to them, all were surprised. He was the repository of all knowledge. Still, he feigned ignorance. He also disliked honor. Such were the characteristics of Sai Baba. Though he had a human body, his deeds testified to his goodhood. All people considered him as the god in Shirdi. Behavior of Sai Baba. Ignorant that I cannot describe Baba's miracles. He got almost all the temples in Shirdi repaired. Through Tatya Patil, the temples of Shani, Ganapati, Shankar Parvati, village deity, and Maruti were put in order. His clarity was also remarkable. The money he used to collect as dakshina was freely distributed, rupees 20 to some, rupees 15 or 50 to others every day. The recipients thought that this was pure charity money, and Baba wished that it should be usefully employed. People benefited immensely by having Baba's darshan. Some became hale and hearty. Wicked people were turned into good ones. Leprosy was cured in some cases. Many got their desires fulfilled without any medicine being put in the eyes. Some blind men got back their sight, and some lame ones got their limbs. Nobody could see the end of his extraordinary greatness. His fame spread far and wide, and pilgrims from all sides flocked to Shirdi. Baba had his asan near the dhuni and always rested there. He sat there in meditation, sometimes without a bath. He used to tie a small white turban on his head and wear a clean dhotar round his waist and a shirt on his body. This was his attire in the beginning. He first practiced medicine in the village. He examined patients and gave medicines. He was also successful, and he became famous as a hakim, that is, doctor. A curious case may be narrated here. One devotee had his eyes quite red and swollen. No doctor was available in Shirdi. The other devotees took him to Baba. In such cases, other doctors would use ointments, unguents, cow's milk, and camphorated drugs, etc. Baba's remedy was quite unique. He pounched some biba, some carpus anacardium, that is, marking nuts, and made 2 balls of them and thrust them on in each eye of the patient and wrapped a cloth bandaged round them. Next day the bandage was removed and water was poured over them. The inflammation subsided and the pupils became white and clear. Though the eyes were very delicate, the biba caused no hurt but removed the disease of the eyes. Many such cases were cured. This is only one instance in this regard. By this I am completing Sri Sai Satcharitra chapter 7 part 1. Om Sai Pranam.